So yesterday was a preview live stream for the brand new Sims 4 High School Years pack. There are some things I like, but there are also some things I do not like. This is my pre-release review based on the information we have so far. The CAS actually looks really good. I am pleasantly surprised. It is of course very Gen Z. It is a high school pack. It is based on modern high school, so yeah, it's very Gen Z style. There are lots of different styles, so you can express your Sims in a variety of different ways, but it is very much that TikTok aesthetic. One thing that we are getting in a base game update alongside this pack is hair growth, where you can update your body hair. They showed this off in the live stream and the body hair looks fine. It looks okay, it just looks normal. Unfortunately, hair growth is only something that comes with the High School Years pack. I am actually honestly so surprised, because it's just like hair growth is a normal human thing. Like, why is it locked behind a pack? Do you know what I mean? I just find it so bizarre that they would lock something that's just so normal behind a pack. It's just so cash grabby to me. You know, guys, I'm not really capitalistic. I don't like that kind of stuff, but at least we do have body hair in the base game. As per usual, men get left out in CAS. They have significantly less items, and no surprise there. When will the Sims team actually make more effort with male Sims? We will find out, maybe never. So the high school pack is a relatively normal size world for an expansion pack. It's not the biggest expansion pack world, but it's average. I guess the most notable area is the pier area, where you've got hangout spots. I think it's a haunted house. It's basically just a theme park arcade style area. I actually think it looks incredible. There do seem to be a lot of different hangout spots, which I like. If you're the kind of person who enjoys storytelling, for example, this would be great for you. Unfortunately, as with all areas in The Sims 4, there's nothing like specific to do. It's just a place that you can go and you can pretend your Sims are living out a storyline, but they're not actually doing something. But I know a lot of Sims like to play that way, so it's fine, I guess. The build buy of the pack as well seems alright. It's a lot of obviously teen styled stuff. Obviously, like teenagers in real life, I don't know about anybody else, but like I've always just had like random mismatched things. Like as a teenager, I feel like your parents don't want to invest in your bedroom. Like they don't want to invest in designing it. So you just kind of get like random mismatchy stuff. It's like that in this pack, but in an aesthetic way, which I like. Obviously, it's got a lot of posters and things. It's a pretty alright pack that it seems to be anyway from the build buy perspective. I know there's been a lot of debate. Can you build high schools in other worlds? To clarify, no, you cannot. You can change the high school that's in the current Copperdale world. You can edit the lot. It's completely fine. You just cannot build a new high school in a different world. The high school itself in the game, by the way, is extremely ugly. I'm sorry, but it is awful. It's extremely empty and bland looking. Like if you own the Strangeville pack and you know like how empty all the weird the lots are. Like it's like that. Just look at it. It's so weird and empty. Like it's huge, yet there's nothing in there. I feel like it's too big. I can't wait for some builds just come along and just fix it so we can change it in our games. From all those perspectives, it's all right. The issue I have is, again, with most packs, which is the shallow gameplay. This pack was overhyped a lot by a lot of people, including myself. I thought this would be a really in-depth pack when it came to gameplay. It feels like they went more for quantity over quality, in my opinion. I feel like they didn't go far enough with it. I personally feel like the gameplay is not enough to substantiate being an expansion pack, because it's being incredibly shallow, and I will tell you for why. Obviously, the main reason why you go to school is to learn. It comes with 2 classrooms in the game, very ugly classrooms, probably like real life classrooms to be fair, but anyway, when you actually go to classes in the game, you don't actually do anything. The kids sit there, but they literally, like, you can't interact with them, which I find incredibly strange. Your Sims will literally just sit there and watch the teacher and play on their phones, and they will take a notepad out now and again and just sit there and watch. The worst thing is the base game of The Sims 4 has more interactions available for learning at school than the high school pack does. You know, in the base game, when your Sims go to school or work, you have the option in the bottom left corner, which is like work hard, socialize with friends, study hard, slack off. You don't really have these options, which I find really funny. There's no option to like ask a question in class. There's no option to do like a prank in the class. Like there's literally nothing you do. You just sit there and watch. Like it's so shallow. When your Sims go to class, they learn a skill. I don't feel like the class system was in-depth enough. The skills are not in-depth enough. You basically just have to sit there and watch your Sims sit down doing nothing. Of course, everybody's just going to be speeding through this animation because, you know, you're not doing anything as a player. So I don't really understand why the Sims team did it this way. They could have gone so much further with it. After class, you go to the cafeteria and you have a little bit of lunch. As with any kind of restaurant, bar, eating, dining thing in The Sims 4, it is a little bit of a simulation nightmare. The Sims all sit in the wrong places, they all stand up and talk in weird places. That is, it's not a pack problem, it's a Sims 4 problem in general. But yeah, it is a little bit annoying. To be fair, there is a lot of emphasis on social interaction in this pack. Your Sims can often talk about a lot of different things. Your teen Sims also have a new way to communicate via their phone. It's some kind of, it's a social buddy. Do you guys remember the social bunny for The Sims 2? The social bunny has made its way into The Sims 4 in the form of social media, which makes sense. It's like modernized. But yeah, you can look at your feed. I don't understand like why it's in English. I wish it was just like nonsensical and in Simlish, and maybe you could infer the meaning via using emojis and stuff. But yeah, you can have a look at it. You can have messages and things and like tag Sims. You can actually go really in depth in it, which I'm quite surprised about. But yeah, it's a great new way to just interact with Sims. I think it's a great way forward because social media has actually played quite a back role in The Sims 4 in general, but I'm glad they're finally modernizing it up a little bit. Before being a total bitch, I do want to say some nice things. This pack comes with a lot of nice small details, things like you can do pranks, you can leave notes for prom, you can make your own promposal thing. I learned what a promposal was in the advent of the trailer of this pack, because I'd never heard of it before. There are a lot of small things, small interactions between different Sims. You know, there's a lot of new woohoo locations. As far as I'm aware, you can woohoo in like the theme park rides on the pier. You can woohoo in the photo booth, which I think is bloody gross. Who on earth would do that? But yeah, you can do that if you want to. Random interactions like ask to be prom friends, claim to be prom royalty. We don't really do proms in the UK, so I don't really get what all that means. Like, we do have proms when you finish school after year 11, which is when you're about 16, and another one when you're 18. But like, it's not that deep. Like, it's just a party where we all go and smuggle in vodka and just, do you know what I mean? Have a drink, have a fun time. So I don't really get proms. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of learning myself, but there are a lot of different options of different kind of things that you can do. The pack comes with new careers. Obviously, as a teen, it's like a side thing. So the first career that you have is an influencer, which speaks for itself. You also have a video game streamer, which I think is really, really fun. And we have trendy, which is basically, what's the real life one called? Is it Depop? Is it a bop or a pop? I always forget what it is, but it's a D something. Not the D that you might be thinking of, or I might be thinking of. Am I sexually frustrated in thinking that? Maybe I am, but that is a different story for a different time. Anyway, the career involves styling outfits, and you can see in the bottom corner, there's like a shopping bag. You basically style the outfit into the bag, and then you can set a price for it and sell it on Depop, whatever the Sims version of that is. It's a cool idea, just kind of like with Dream Home Decorator. It is very shallow in that you can set any price and Sims will just buy it for whatever price. So it seems very easily manipulatable. Is that a word? If it's not a word, you know what I mean. I feel like they could have gone further with that career, but they didn't. But it's it's a nice touch. We also have the bubble tea shop, which also stands out as a secondhand shop as well. Here you can actually buy exclusive clothing items, which is really cool. Things that you can't ordinarily get in CAS. And that's where the Sims thing collab with Depop, because you can actually get some of the Depop clothing that's real into your Sims game exclusively by going to this shop. And I believe it changes every single time you go in. So there's different items on rotation, which is quite realistic. Now back to me being a bitch. We know clubs and teams were overhyped in the game. I guess they work in a similar way to Discover University. It is very shallow. As you can see, we have this humongous sports football field. In the trailer, they made out that, you know, you could play football on this field. Like, you can't. As you can see, in this humongous sports field, there's this tiny little area where your Sims can do some interactions, but it's not that deep. Oh my god, bloody hell. It is so shallow. Is it because they didn't have the budget? Is it because they couldn't be bothered? I don't know. Whatever the reason is, like, why give us this humongous sports field if you literally can't do anything in it? Like, they're just bloody cheerleading on this little mat. It's not even in the editable area as well, so you can't really do anything. They've got these random bloody signs up. Ugh. It is like Discover University, but the thing about the Discover University, well, they didn't try and hide it. It was like a relatively small grassy area that you could do things on. In this one, you've got this huge area, but you've got this little thing in the middle. And yeah, it just looks so sad there. You can't, there's no like football posts or anything. The clubs are not really that in depth. Obviously, we're going to have to see if there's any kind of cross-pack compatibility when it officially comes out with Get Together. As well as American football and cheerleading, they also have other kinds of clubs and activities, but the events are not like in the game. You have to like set it yourself via the computer. It's something you have to do manually. I just feel like the clubs are more of an afterthought. There's not really that much going on, and I'm quite surprised because, you know, it could have been a whole big thing. And I know Get Together is a pack about clubs, so they probably didn't want to go too far with that. I don't know. I just feel like it could have been a little bit better. They could have implemented it in a little bit of a nicer way. The new pack also comes with a career day, which is basically a day where you meet people from different companies, kind of like a normal career day in school where you just like ask some questions, but it has literally no impact on gameplay. It seems to be incredibly shallow. I've watched a few people who have had early access to the pack do it, and it's literally been so lame. Like, they'll just stand there and just talk to the career people, but it has no impact on gameplay. You don't even get a proper notification about it. It doesn't give you like an insight into, you know, being in a certain job or anything. It's just like a random thing that you can do for storytelling to make believe. But yeah, you basically cannot do anything with it, which is a little bit lame and yeah, very shallow. The pack does come with a prom event. From what I've seen so far, I must say, firstly, I think it's hilarious why they're chickens. There's literally chickens everywhere, just whole chickens. It's giving me Sims 2 roast turkey vibes. Yeah, the prom area looks okay. It doesn't seem like it's really glitchy. Like, they don't seem to be like game-breaking animation glitches. I watched it very closely, and yeah, there's nothing too broken. So if you're worried about some kind of My Wedding Stories rehash, it doesn't look like it's gonna be that bad. Have the Sims team learnt their lesson with My Wedding Stories? I bloody well hope so, and it seems like it. It's just a normal Sims 4 event, kind of bland, but it's all right. Like, they can do it's just normal event stuff, you know, like every event in the Sims 4 is basically the exact same thing, isn't it? They drink something and they dance. That's basically what it is. Right now, the pack seems fun. From what I've gathered from watching other people play the pack and from the live stream, it genuinely looks like a really, really fun pack to play. It's just, I think it's one of those packs that will require a lot of your personal imagination to make it fun and pretend something is happening when it's not happening. I do think they could have gone more in depth with a lot of systems, especially the hobbies and club system could have been so much better. I also think the class system could be so much better. And in the most hilarious way, the worst part about this high school years pack is the high school. Everything outside of the high school is great. It's quite fun, but everything inside the high school is bad, even though it's a pack about high schools. The base game updates are in pre-release too. I do still have some concerns about those, so make sure you check out that video here. See you in the next one.